everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to make a video for you guys based on like how to, or to help you choose which classic double flap from Chanel to get. So I have the jumbo flap here, the double flap version, the newest version, and just to be honest with you, I am so happy I went with this size. And I'll get into why I like wearing this handbag rather than if I were to get the medium large. So first I'll give you a whole story how it came to be. So obviously when you want a new bag, you go into YouTube right away and you watch tons of reviews, and then you comment and ask everyone what their opinion is on the handbag that you've watched on and stuff like that, and and then you ask for help and stuff like that. So, and that's basically what I did. But outside of that, what I also did was I did a lot of window shopping. I dropped into the Chanel boutiques quite often, and I I asked the essays if I could try on the two sizes, the medium large and the jumbo, and I was at the time leaning more towards the medium based on just the looks. I wasn't, at the earliest time, I was really shopping for the flap for functionality. I really was not looking at functionality. I was strictly just looking for looks. But I went back home and I looked at my whole collection of handbags, and majority of my handbags are smaller or miniature versions of the larger sized handbags. Reason being is because I do have a weakness for mini small bags, just because they look adorable. I have a rather small average frame. I'm 5'4.5", and I weigh about 130 pounds, and I do like small mini handbags. Because it's I don't know, I just like that aesthetic that mini handbags give off. And then I looked at how many large bags I have, and I literally, before I got my jumbo, I literally got or have 3 large handbags. And that is my GST from Chanel, my LV Speedy 25. I say that's a large bag because it can fit a lot of stuff in there. And my Christian Louboutin Selma messenger bag. So those hold so much stuff, but I only had a small handful of large handbags, and I wanted a more larger handbags. And I spoke to Sam, my good friend here on Instagram and YouTube. She's also known as Snape HBP. She she got the jumbo before I did, and I got it a month and a bit later, and I asked her for her opinion, and she said that I have a lot of small handbags, so why not go for the larger one, because she said that she really liked her jumbo a lot more than her medium flap or her medium large flap. So I really did take her word for consideration, and then I asked a lot of people that for people who did have both sizes, which one they prefer, which one they use more often, and majority of them said that they reached for the jumbo flap instead because it can hold a lot more stuff, and the look is still classic anyways. Even though it's a little bit bigger, it's still classic. So and I went into Chanel boutiques numerous number of times, and well, I don't blame myself because these are not cheap handbags. You really want to make sure that you are, when you purchase these handbags, you want to make sure that you are happy and satisfied with this new purchase that you are going to get. So it took me 2 months to finally decide that I want to get a Chanel flap, but it took me like a month and a bit to decide which size to get. And to be honest with you, a month to decide which size to get is rather a pretty good time for you to keep repeatedly asking yourself each day which size you want. It also gives you more time to see how often you use your smaller bags, how often you use your larger bags, and what types of SLGs and other items you tend to put in your handbags more often than not. So I really looked at how I used my handbags, what I really wish that my small handbags could fit, and even vice versa for my larger handbags, what I like, and getting the jumbo size, I'm really happy that I did, because I am finding that I am holding a lot more stuff than usual, and it's all stuff that I do use throughout the whole day, and I just really don't like jam packing all my small handbags with all my stuff, because it doesn't look good when the bag has that stuffed up feeling, and I really didn't want to overstuff my handbags, so I now forever just use my small handbags just for days where I'm carrying very light to medium heavy days. So yeah, and then I asked my SA at Chanel for help on sizes, and she wasn't really much help, because both sizes did look really good, and I don't blame her, because I love both sizes. But at the end of the day, I did look at functionality. I did look at what if I wore the jumbo to, like, say a wedding or something, or to like some kind of formal event or a party. To be honest with you, it wouldn't look that bad. Yes, it's a little bit bulky and stuff like that, but it's not, this bag you can carry it multiple ways, and it's just a never-ending, styled handbag. And I also saw on Instagram, I forget who this was, because it was a long time ago, but this woman, she brought her jumbo flap to a formal event, and she looked really stunning in it. She really pulled off the jumbo flap here. It really did make the medium large flap look a little bit too dainty, and this here, in my opinion, added a lot more emphasis to her outfit. It didn't make her outfit look too small, and I mean, what she was wearing wasn't too too flashy, it wasn't too formal, but it was still formal. It was I think it was like a green, like a very dark olive green blouse, and then tucked in a high-waisted pencil skirt, and then she wore Louboutins, and her hair was all done up in curls and stuff like that, or it was wavy hair, and she looked really stunning with that. And and I personally don't go to a lot of formal events anyways. I am a casual type girl. I don't go to a lot of weddings. I don't go to a lot of formal formal events. My job isn't very formal at all. It is so far away from being formal. But yeah, and I said, this looks so good with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, whereas the medium large kind of dresses it up a little bit. So if yeah, that's a good point. If you are a type of person that doesn't dress up a lot, then I say the classic flap is the way to, or the jumbo size is the way to go for you. But if you love the formal look, then I say totally go for the medium large. I'll show you the size difference between a medium large. I don't have a medium large, but at the time I did make like 2 scale cutouts of the sizes, and so this is a medium large. Sorry, it's kind of messy because it was just for me at the time, But yeah, so I'll just show you how big it is to the jumbo. And this is literally how big, how tall the jumbo is to the medium. And to the medium size, it is about, it's like basically 1.5 inches shorter in length, and about 1.25 inches shorter in height. So if you do like that size, I'll just put it up to my head to give it a more better like scale. So that's what it looks like here. I hope this helped. The jumbo here is it is not super, but it is quite big. And then I'll show you, like, just for reference, just for fun, if you are wondering to get a small, which is their smallest classic flap, double classic flap. This is how big it is. Like, that is super tiny. It's like 2.25, 2.5 inches smaller in length this way, and then 2 inches, about 2 inches shorter in height. So it is relatively small. It is about the same size as, like, or maybe a teeny bit bigger than a mini flap. And then for a maxi, it is actually quite big. I'll just show you here. So this is how big. Oh, I don't know if that's a good way to show you, but this is pretty much how big a maxi flap is. Sorry, it's kind of curled, but you can kind of see that it's like an inch taller and an inch wider than the jumbo here. You can see. Yeah, it's about 1.25 inches larger than the jumbo. So, and I read on the purse forum that a lot of people say that the maxi kind of looks like a briefcase almost, and I kind of do agree. The maxi does give off kind of like a business, formal, casual look. So, and also the maxi would be a lot more heavier than the jumbo. A lot of people complain about the jumbo's weight, but the maxi is a little bit more heavier. And yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about the maxi and the other sizes. But you know, if you're worried about, you know, shoulder pain and stuff like that, probably get the medium large, because even though when this is like half full, this does get pretty heavy on the shoulder, and I do tend to get some kind, not a lot, but I do tend to get like some. So yeah, so as I was saying, so I do experience some shoulder pain from this bag, but it's quite alright. I mean, you can carry this multiple ways. When it does get heavy on the shoulder, I will try to, you know, use it as a one strap and use it either just on my shoulder, or I use it as a crossbody for a short period of time. But I do make sure that when I do pack this, I don't carry it, like, I don't pack too much stuff in there. Like, I don't pack like my whole house in there. I just put in a necessary stuff that I need to go out, and that, you know, that pretty much suffices for the time that I'm using this bag for. And you know, just to be honest with you, I thought I was a pretty compact packer, but I'm actually not. I'm actually a medium size packer to a large packer in my handbags. Now, because it's summer, especially in summer, you do tend to carry a lot more things because you are a little bit more active in the summertime, but in the winter time, maybe not so much. But for me right now, I am actually a pretty big packer now. I carry quite a lot of stuff. I carry a little bit more makeup and just a little bit more random stuff in my handbags, I find. Just because I always feel the need that I might end up using something for at one point of the day, but and I do like that assurance that, you know, I will always have something in my handbag that I might need. So if you're one of those people, I would totally say get the jumbo. But you know, if you have the jumbo but you are deciding about the medium large, I would say, you know, still go for the medium large if you want to use that for days where you just really don't feel like carrying your jumbo. On days where you just feel like, oh, I don't like the jumbo's too big for me, I don't want to carry it, like, you know, for that much amount of time, and you know, you might seem that a medium large would be worth it for you. Although I know you just have to be a little bit more careful what you put inside your medium large. And yeah, I think that is about it. I might maybe do another video on different types of Chanel leathers. I don't have any Chanel tweed pieces just because they aren't really my thing, but I will do like a whole video on different Chanel leather and wear and tear on the leather pieces. I have lambskin, caviar, and patent, so stay tuned for that video. And I hope you guys all have a great day. I hope this video helped. Please let me know in the comments below if this did help. And I thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.